Did you know that itching can signal more than just dry skin? Yeah, I'm talking about that scratch you've been doing when you think nobody's watching. But guess what? I see you. We all see you. Man, listen. Itching is one of those things we don't talk about enough. You could be sitting in a meeting, looking all professional, portfolio out, taking notes, and then boom. Your back start itching right where you can't reach it. Now you're doing that thing where you leaning back on your chair like you stretching, but really you trying to scratch. Don't even act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But seriously though, itching is way more common than people think. Like, it's one of the most frequent reasons people go see a dermatologist. And here's the thing, understanding why you itching is super important for your overall health, because sometimes it ain't just dry skin, fam. Sometimes your body trying to tell you something. So today, we're gonna break down all the different reasons why you might be out here scratching like you got fleas. We talking allergies, skin conditions, the whole nine. We gonna learn how to figure out what's causing it, when you should be worried, and when you should just, moisturize. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so first things first. Let me explain why itching even happens. Because this is actually pretty wild when you think about it. Itching, or if you want to get fancy with it, pruritus, is basically your body's alarm system. It's like when your phone be vibrating in your pocket and you're not sure if it's a text or just your legs spasming. Your body got these special nerve fibers in your skin, right? And when something irritates them, whether it's a mosquito, dry air, or that cheap fabric softener your roommate bought, these nerves send a signal to your brain like, yo, something's wrong up here. Send back up. And what do? You scratch. Now here's where it gets interesting. There's like a million different things that can trigger this response. You could be allergic to something. You could have a skin condition. You might be stressed. Yeah, stress can make you itch. I'll get to that in a minute. Or maybe you just took a shower in water so hot you basically boiled yourself like a lobster. The challenge is figuring out which one is your problem. Because let me tell you something. Trying to identify the root cause of itching is like trying to figure out who ate your leftovers when you live with 5 roommates. Everybody got an excuse, nobody taking accountability, and at the end of the day, your food's still gone. That's what itching is like. You could have eczema. You could have psoriasis. You could be having an allergic reaction. You could have come in contact with poison ivy, which, by the way, if you ever had poison ivy, you know that ain't no regular itch. That's like your skin is beginning you to scratch it, but if you do, it gets worse. That's just evil, man. That's just straight up evil. And don't even get me started on that itch that happens at night when you're trying to sleep. You know the one. Everything's quiet, you all comfortable, sheets feeling nice, and then your ankles start itching out of nowhere, and you scratch it, and then the other ankles start itching. It's like they communicating with each other. Like, yo, he just scratched the left one, now it's your turn. But real talk, identifying what's causing your itch is super important because the treatment is going to be different depending on what's going on. You can't just throw lotion at everything and hope it works. I mean, you can, but that's like trying to fix your car with duct tape. It might hold for a minute, but eventually you're going to have bigger problems. All right, so let's dive into some specific causes. I'm going to break down the big ones for you. First up, eczema. Eczema is basically when your skin gets all dry, inflamed, and itchy. It usually shows up on your hands, feet, ankles, wrists, neck, chest, or like the inside of your elbows and knees. And when I say itchy, I don't mean like a little tickle. I mean your skin is out here acting like it got beef with you personally. A lot of people with eczema get it as kids, but you can develop it as an adult too. And the worst part? It can flare up because of literally anything. Stress, flare up. Wrong soap, flare up. Wrong detergent, flare up. You looked at your skin wrong, flare up. The key with eczema is keeping your skin moisturized. I'm talking lotion, cream, ointment, whatever works for you. You gotta be out here looking like you just finished a full body massage. That's how moisturized you need to be. And avoid stuff that triggers it, like harsh soaps or super hot showers. I know y'all love them scalding hot showers, but your skin do not. Next, psoriasis. Psoriasis is a little different. This one is actually an autoimmune condition, which means your immune system is basically attacking your own skin cells. Your body starts producing skin cells way too fast and they build up on the surface, creating these thick, scaly patches. And yes, they itch, like a lot. Psoriasis patches are usually red or pink, or if you got darker skin like me, they might look more purple or brown. They show up most commonly on your elbows, knees, scalp, and lower back. Now here's what's wild about psoriasis. It's not contagious. You can't catch it from somebody else, but people be acting crazy when they see it. They'll be like, "Yo, what's that on your arm?" And you gotta explain, "Nah, it's psoriasis. It's an autoimmune thing. You can't get it from me." And they still looking at you sideways like you got the plague. Y'all gotta do better. The good news is, there are treatments for psoriasis. Topical creams, light therapy, and if it's really severe, there are medications that can help manage it. So if you think you got psoriasis, definitely go see a dermatologist. Now let's talk about allergic reactions. This is a big one because allergies can pop up out of nowhere. You could be eating the same food you've been eating for 20 years, and one day your body just decides, you know what? Not today. We don't like peanuts anymore. And boom, you itching, you swelling up, you breaking out in hives. Hives are those raised red, itchy welts that show up on your skin. They can be triggered by food allergies, medication, insect bites, or even just touching something you're allergic to. And they can appear anywhere on your body, face, arms, legs, torso, everywhere. The tricky thing with allergies is figuring out what you're allergic to. Because unless it's obvious, like you ate shrimp and immediately turned into a human tomato, it can be hard to pinpoint. That's when you gotta go get an allergy test. Shout out to all my people who had to do that thing where they poke your back like 50 times to test for different allergens. That ain't fun, but at least you get answers. If you having an allergic reaction, the first thing you want to do is avoid whatever caused it. And if it's serious, like you having trouble breathing or your face swelling up, call 911 immediately. Don't play with allergies, y'all. That's not the time to be tough. And then we got contact dermatitis. This is when your skin comes in contact with something irritating, like poison ivy, certain metals, looking at you, cheap jewelry, harsh chemicals, or even some fragrances. Your skin gets all red, itchy, and inflamed. I had contact dermatitis one time from this new laundry detergent I tried. I'm out here trying to save money, right? Bought the off-brand detergent, and next thing you know, I'm itching everywhere. Had to throw out all my clothes that I washed with it and start over. Learned my lesson real quick. The fix for contact dermatitis is simple. Stop using whatever's causing it and wash the area with mild soap and water. You can also use a hydrocortisone cream to help with the itching. Oh, and I can't forget about dry skin. This is probably the most common cause of itching, especially in the winter when the air is all dry. Your skin needs moisture to stay healthy, and when it doesn't get it, it gets all flaky and itchy. The solution? Moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. And I'm not talking about that watery lotion that disappears in 2 seconds. I'm talking about the thick stuff, the kind that you gotta warm up in your hands before you can even spread it. Yeah, that one. Your skin will thank you. All right, so now that we covered some common causes, let's talk about something important. How do you know when your itching is just annoying versus when it's something serious? Because here's the thing. Most of the time, itching is harmless. It's just your body reacting to something minor. But sometimes it can be a sign of something bigger going on. So here's my rule of thumb. If your itching is persistent, like it's been going on for weeks and nothing you do makes it better, you should probably see a doctor. If your itching is accompanied by other symptoms, like fever, weight loss, fatigue, or jaundice, that's when your skin or eyes turn yellow. That's a red flag. That could be a sign of something more serious like liver disease or kidney problems. If you got a rash that's spreading rapidly, or if the area is warm, swollen, and painful, that could be an infection. Get that checked out ASAP, and if you're having trouble breathing, or your face or throat is swelling, that's an allergic reaction, and you need to call 911. Don't wait. Don't try to tough it out. Get help. Now, I know some of y'all be like, but Taka, I don't want to go to the doctor for no little itch. And I get it. But here's the thing. Your body is always trying to communicate with you. Itching is one of those ways. So if something feels off, don't ignore it. Let me give you an example. I had a friend, shout out to Marcus, who had been itching for like 3 months straight. He thought it was just dry skin, so he kept putting on lotion, but it wasn't getting better. Finally, his wife forced him to go to the doctor. Turns out, he had a condition where his liver wasn't functioning properly, and that was causing the itching. If he had waited any longer, it could have gotten really serious. So moral of the story, don't play around with your health. If something's not right, get it checked out. Now, on the flip side, if your itching is mild and only happens occasionally, like maybe after you work out or when the weather changes, it's probably nothing to worry about. Just keep your skin moisturized, avoid triggers, and you should be good. Another thing to watch out for is stress-related itching. Yeah, stress can make you itch. When you're stressed, your body releases certain hormones and chemicals that can trigger inflammation and itching. So if you're going through a stressful time and you notice you're scratching more than usual, that might be why. How do you fix that? Well, you gotta manage your stress. Easier said than done, I know. But things like exercise, meditation, talking to a therapist, or just taking time to relax can help. Your skin and your mind are connected, y'all. Take care of both. Oh, and one more thing. Some medications can cause itching as a side effect. If you recently started a new medication and you're itching like crazy, talk to your doctor. They might be able to switch you to something else. Okay, so let's talk about how to actually manage your itching. Because even if you know what's causing it, you still gotta deal with it in the meantime, right? Tip number 1, don't scratch. I know. That's like telling somebody not to blink. But hear me out. When you scratch, it feels good for like 2 seconds, and then it makes everything worse. Scratching damages your skin, which can lead to infections, scarring, and even more itching. It's a vicious cycle. Instead of scratching, try gently tapping or pressing on the itchy area, or apply a cold compress. That can help soothe the itch without doing damage. Tip number 2, keep your skin moisturized. I said it before and I'll say it again. Moisturize. Use a good quality lotion or cream, especially after you shower. And try to avoid super hot water because that dries out your skin even more. Tip number 3, wear soft, breathable fabrics. Certain fabrics, like wool or synthetic materials, can irritate your skin and make itching worse. Stick with cotton or other natural fibers that let your skin breathe. Tip number 4, use over-the-counter treatments when needed. There are a lot of good anti-itch creams out there. Look for ones with ingredients like hydrocortisone, calamine, or menthol. They can provide temporary relief while you figure out the underlying cause. Tip number 5, avoid known triggers. If you know certain things make you itch, like specific foods, soaps, or fabrics, avoid them. I know it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people keep using the same stuff that's causing their problems. Like, stop it, laughs. And if your itching is severe or not responding to home treatments, don't hesitate to see a dermatologist. They can prescribe stronger medications or help you figure out what's going on. All right, y'all, let's wrap this up. So today we talked about itching, what causes it, how to manage it, and when you should be worried. We covered eczema, psoriasis, allergic reactions, contact dermatitis, and just plain old dry skin. We also talked about recognizing the difference between common causes and serious health issues. The main takeaway here is this: your body is always trying to communicate with you. Itching is one of those signals. So pay attention. Most of the time it's nothing serious, but if something feels off, don't ignore it. Get it checked out. And remember, moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Your skin will thank you. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment down below and let me know. Have you ever had a crazy itching situation? What caused it? How did you deal with it? I want to hear your stories. And if you found this episode helpful, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, And check out my other video on skincare tips for itchy skin. I break down some great products and routines that can help keep your skin healthy and itch-free. All right, y'all. That's it for today's episode of Biomedtainment. I'm your boy Taka, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay curious, stay educated, and most importantly, stay moisturized. Peace.